Hello guys, in this video I'm going to be building this tiny 1/35th scale model kit, the IF8 trailer. This is a model that I've 3D printed myself based on a model by Cult 3D user Sparty72, also known as Mark. He's got a wide variety of models on his page, I'll put a link in the description below, but this IF8 trailer really grabbed my attention. As we can see from the preview, the download includes the trailer and the cargo, plus the really helpful option of having two versions of the wheels, the solid wheels and those with the cutouts. While I was on his Cults page, I did also have a look at some of the other models he has available. We've got quite a wide variety of things, from complete kits to accessories and so on. I was caught by the attention to detail here, so we've got, for example, down the bottom, this German fuel drum, but we also have a Soviet pattern fuel drum, which I've never seen before, and we have versions of different fuel drums here for different branches of the German military. I thought it was really nice to see those different versions there represented. One other model that I do have, and I'll be printing and building it shortly, is this German KFZ-13 scout car, which is obviously quite a complicated looking kit, lots of small pieces which I have started printing, and I'll be building that in a future video. So the IF8 trailer was used by German ground forces throughout World War II. It could be pulled by horses or by vehicles, and this seems to be quite a common use case here, having two of them attached together to create a sort of more stable platform. It could be used for carrying ammunition, fuel or supplies in general, and as we saw on the website, the 3D model includes a good stash of ammunition and fuel. So once I had the model zip file extracted, I loaded them into Chitubox, which is the slicing software for my resin printer. Now, for various reasons, 3D models tend to print better in resin if you angle them at 45 degrees, so that's the first thing I did. Then I added some automated supports using Chitubox. Some of these I edited later to reduce the number of supports, and reduce the number of supports therefore I'd have to remove later. You can also see here the two styles of wheel which are included, the solid and the one with the holes in. A couple of hours later my Creality printer had produced these. You can see there's quite a lot of cleanup work to do here, as there are on a lot of 3D models, removing those supports, but there's also a really good amount of detail. Some very fine detail on the handles on the trailer itself and on the ammunition. You can see that very fine detail there on that connector hook. Now you can just pull these supports off, however I wouldn't recommend that, because if you do just pull them off, you tend to take a small amount of the model away with it. It's far better to use some kind of snips to gently cut them as close as you can to the model. Once the supports are removed, you can see the very fine detail on the model, including those grab handles. The tyre still needs a bit of sanding, but generally speaking everything's fine there. Once that was done, I gave everything a coat of Halford's car primer, and then the ammunition was given a coat of Tamiya XF65, which is field grey. That simply served as a base, so I could use some Vallejo model colour to vary the greens which are used on the fuel cans and the ammunition canisters. All of this Vallejo paint is thinned with a tiny amount of water, and I think you'll agree, once we've got some variation in there, it looks a lot better. Once that paint was dry, I took some Vallejo metal colour, then used a sponge with a light amount of paint on it to add some chipping to the edges of those boxes and jerry cans. I'm focusing here on the top because of course the sides won't be seen inside the trailer. For the trailer itself, I gave everything a coat of primer, then a base coat of black, and then a coat of AK Real Colours Dunkelgelb. The wooden planks at the bottom were painted with a sandy colour, again Vallejo model colour. Again, most of these won't be seen, but I think it's good to paint them anyway. Rubber and tyres by Ammo by MIG was used, surprisingly enough, to paint the tyres. And finally, using some highly thinned paint and low airbrush pressure, I added a small amount of olive green and dark brown to complete that classic German 3-colour camo. As you can see, the cargo fits perfectly inside the trailer. You can also see I managed to break off part of the connecting the tow hook there, but I'll fix that later as well. And the wheels just super glue into place. Finally, my printer did slightly mess up the rim here of the trailer, so just to cover up that small imperfection, I've got a little tarp. This is made from paper that you find inside a shoebox, airbrushed with a sort of olive drab colour, and stuck down using super glue. Finally, I used an oil paint wash, some Abteilung 502 oil paint thinned with odourless thinner to highlight the details. And there we go, there is my final IF8 trailer. Finally, I'd like to say a big thank you to Mark for sending me this 3D model for testing. At the moment I'm in the middle of creating a new diorama, which is quite an ambitious project for me, and I think this trailer is going to look great there and will really fit into the theme very well. I really think that this type of model in particular is the kind of thing that's perfect for 3D printing. I did have a quick look on ScaleMates and I could only find one other IF8 trailer, and that was in 1/72 scale from Valiant Miniatures. So I think we're really lucky as modelers to have this new avenue open to us for people with the creative skills to create these unusual subjects. You know, I probably wouldn't download a King Tiger or a Sherman and 3D print that, but you know, where else can you get something like this? So if you do like the look of this model, then I encourage you to head over to Mark's Cults 3D page. There's a link in the description below, and have a look to see what he's got on offer. In the meantime, I'd like to say thank you very much to all of you for watching, and a special thanks to my Patreon supporters and YouTube members, without whom this channel really would not be possible. So thank you very much guys, your support is massively appreciated. I've got a really busy schedule of model building at the moment with lots and lots of ideas for future videos, so if you'd like to see those then please do subscribe if you haven't already. And if you like this video then please do hit the like button or leave a comment below. The YouTube algorithm really likes that and I appreciate it greatly. And until next time, thank you for watching and have fun modelling.